Hey y'all, what's happening? What's popping? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? I hope all is well with you all today. If you are new, welcome to the Makings of Us podcast. I am your host, Diamondnique, aka the fairy goddaughter of good music. Welcome to the channel, and I hope everyone is feeling blessed and highly favored. And if you're not, I pray that God will turn it around for you. Okay, as far as returning subscribers, hey family, I hope all is well with you all as well. May you feel blessed and highly favored as well. So y'all, this is just, hey, y'all know the dealio, okay? Y'all know the scenario, okay? It's just going to be a very quick video, very quick podcast that I wanted to talk about. And if you're for the newcomers, I talk about everything up under the sun besides politics. I don't have time. I don't have the time. I don't have the time to talk politics. But everything else up under the sun, I do talk about, whether it's relationship with God, relationship with yourself, relationship with other people, singlehood, womanhood, dating, whatever. I talk about everything besides politics. So you want politics, I can't do that for you. I don't want to get into that. I really don't. But yeah, y'all. So as y'all can tell by this title, because I want to get into it. And the title is, Can Men and Women Be Friends? And this is the age-old question that everyone has asked. But I want to come from a different perspective. And I mean a perspective that is less worldly and more so coming from a perspective of God, okay? And I came up with this because, well, at first it was just a title that I was just going to talk about, but then I had seen a video, and the video was really was Pastor Jerry Flowers. If you're not aware of him, he is a pastor out in Houston, Texas. I watch him sometimes when I'm led to watch him, or when I feel as though I may need to watch him. He is an awesome pastor, as far as I know of. He gives it to you straight, no chaser. Okay, and I love it because some people be sugarcoating this stuff, and you can't sugarcoat this stuff, and he does not sugarcoat it at all. But he's on another person's podcast, and they are talking about relationships and things of that nature. But it's this particular clip that he talks about friendships and people don't want to be friends, or how society has really said, oh, being friend zone is very like a bad thing. And for me, in particularly, I don't know if I used to see me being friend zoned as something bad. If I did like a person and they really only saw me as a friend, for the most part, I'll be like, well, okay, well, next, on to next. Like that was me back then. Everyone is different. I know people get frustrated probably for the simple fact that when you want someone and you see that they're a perfect fit for you, but they don't really see you that way, that can be frustrating. But I wanted to talk about this clip particularly, but I do want to give you guys a backstory first and then get into the clip. So for me in particularly, my last time going out with the opposite sex or dating was in 2019. I think May of 2019. And that was my last time, for the simple fact that I was like, I need to get myself together. With that being stated, I was getting into like more, so I need to heal from my toxic ways, toxic behaviors. I need to unlearn some stuff. But at this time, I was more in the new age occult type situation. So yeah, that's a whole nother spiel. If you're not familiar about me being in the new age and how God delivered me from that, I actually do have a video, and I will try to link it somewhere in this video somewhere. If it's not in here, up here, or up here, I'll try to put it in the description box down below. But during that time frame from May 20, really 2018 was when I was just starting that journey. But in May 2019, I was like, for some reason, let me just come to myself. Let me not focus on trying to see who could be, my boyfriend, or who not focus on if I should be somebody's girlfriend or whatever right now at that moment. So that was my last time going out with the opposite sex or dating was May 2019. And, as everyone else, all this fantastic stuff, shutdowns and everything, pandemic, whatever. And it made me even, want to recluse more for the simple fact that I was on this healing journey. So with that being stated, it took me a while for the simple fact because to get back out, not just to date, but really just to be okay with the opposite sex, it took me a while for the simple fact I had to heal myself, of course, but I also did not respect men. Women, of course, I'm going to respect them. I have great relationships with women. As far as men, it was always something for the simple fact that I did not really respect men. I did not really care for their emotions or I'm laughing about this now, but it's not a laughing matter. And I had to heal from that because if I had that mentality, then I'm going to just put that on someone, especially no one deserves it, but I really will be putting it on someone who is innocent. So I had to heal from those things before I even tried to move forward and wanting a boyfriend or a husband. And once God has helped me with that, and He's still helping me with it, but I'm much better now than I was. So my respect level for men has changed. Of course, there are men who don't respect women, and they don't, I've came across those, and that's fine. That's their prerogative, not mine. That means that you haven't healed, but I'm not going to discredit you because you don't know how to treat me. So I'm much different than what I used to be. So where I'm at now, at this moment, I'm like, God, okay, you tell me, having God-fearing men in my life is possible. You tell me that I can have healthy relationships with men. This is possible, not just for a husband, not just for a husband or a boyfriend or a husband, but it's possible for me to have healthy relationships, healthy friendships with the opposite sex. So God, if that's true, show me. So at this moment right now for me, I'm like, okay, God, if you want to pour into me in that aspect, I've been poured into by women. I'm used to that. Now I'm at a point like, okay, God is really trying to put me out there to be poured in by men, but men who, God-fearing men who actually understand and actually have healed themselves and continually healing themselves and know how to respect women. God is trying to show me how, what they look like and things of that nature. And He wants, and I know in this season for me, I want to be poured into by a healthy male, God-fearing male individual. Even if me and him are not on the same, I wouldn't say on the same path, but actually on the same path, but I could be more ahead of him spiritually, but he can still pour into me and I can still pour into him. It's reciprocated energy. It's reciprocated emotions, and not just saying, hey, I just want you for your body type thing. And that's just having platonic friendships is where I'm at right now at this moment. So now I caught you guys up to where I am at this present moment. And now I'm going to insert the clip and we're going to watch it together. And then after that, I will give you more of my own my own stories, and I will ask you guys some questions after this.
And calling, people didn't consider that. They just considered cuffing season.
Yep.
But this is the greatest thing, man, I'm discovering. And I really learned this 2 years ago. Romance intoxicates discernment. It really does. And it causes for you to skip a huge part. Friends.
Yes.
Now, culture, that's bad. You friend zoned.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But no greater love than this, than he who laid down his life for a friend. You see?
Yeah.
I have more couples I counsel who are trying to be friends. Romance was there, but they're not friends. Become business partners. Share bills, beds, property, but don't share purpose. Don't. Think about it. Your friends, you're less offended.
Yes.
Your friends say, hey, bro, your breath kind of.
Yeah. He's like, all right, dude.
Yeah.
Good looking out.
that romance is making us miss red flags. It's making us overlook what we're supposed to do. It's making us overlook things that are unhealthy because you're so caught up with a feeling. Like big orgasms make you miss big red flags. And so I can't see that this is unhealthy because they make me feel so good. You see what I'm saying? And I firmly believe that the enemy ensures that sensuality to counterfeits is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whoever is not right for you, the sensuality will be perfect.
All right, I'm going to stop it right there. Because he drops so many gems in this video. I just have to stop it right there. But that bit alone, I hope you guys heard it. But when he said, honey bunches of oats, okay? When he said, I'm going to look it back up, okay? Romance intoxicates discernment. And it makes you skip a huge part, which is being friends. That part alone, let's talk about. Because there's something that I've noticed with myself. I can tell a man all day, I just want to be friends. I don't want to be no more, none less. Just friends, platonic friends. And what I've noticed is I will get a couple of answers. One answer is, I don't need any friends. So they don't need any more friends. That's fine. And they strictly want to have a girlfriend, wife, whatever. Crucially skipping the part of being friends. Cool. Then you have the other set. They hear you, but they see you as potential. They see you as a girlfriend, and they see you as a wife. They can see you, with them. They can see you uplifting them and vice versa. They can see being in a relationship with you. But they are ignoring the fact that you have placed a boundary, which means I'd rather have a friend first. Let's be friends first. And for me, in particular, both of which, or I will get this. I will get like, hey, are you single with me? Have you? No. I won't say no, I'm not single, but I would say I am single, but I would say I'm not looking for anything. And then the guy would result to, do you want to be friends? So, excuse me. With that, I'm going to get into that in a second. For the first one that says, hey, I don't want any friends or things of that nature. Basically they're saying I strictly want to date and things of that nature. For me particularly, if that's where you're at with it, for me, I cannot deal with you anymore. I cannot deal with you any longer because we both are right now at a contingency. I need this. I need and want this. You need and want that. We can't work out. So I've had guys that will hold on to me specifically for the simple fact that, hey, I understand where she's at, but she may turn around, in a sense. I still have hope for that. And for me, I'm very stubborn. I'm a little stubborn. When I'm like, this is what I need, especially where I'm at now. I used to be like, well, I'll give him a shot. I'll give him a chance. And it's like, I can't do that for the simple fact I know what I need now. I can't just say, let me change my mind to accommodate you. You understand what I'm saying? Because with men, this is as far as what I noticed. Everybody's different, okay? As far as with men, not all, but a good portion, some of you guys will hold on with the aspect of thinking that, things will change. And that's not healthy for you, or that's not healthy for the person that has created that boundary. But for men, when you guys create a boundary saying, hey, I don't want this, I want that. You want the woman already to meet you where you need for to be. But when it comes the opposite way around, and a woman needs for you to meet her where she's at. You want to go way up here, or you just want to stay way down here and not meet at her level. To me, if that's the case and you don't want to budge and you just don't really care, for me, we can't move forward. We can't talk, we can't text, we can't do it. Don't even look my direction. Don't even look my direction. But the second thing is when the guy understands what you're saying, but they see you fully as, girlfriend, wife material. Like they understand what you're saying, but they still want to push the agenda. It's kind of the same thing of what I'm saying, what I had said earlier, they'll wait around. But this one is not a wait around type. They will be like, okay, let me just still like apply the pressure, be persistent like the guy in Love Jones, and and that will work. And it's like that won't work either. That won't work either with me, because it's like, okay, you're ignoring a boundary. And for me, when I see someone ignoring a boundary, whether male or female, whether men or women, man or woman, I have to take a step back now, because you're not understanding my boundary. If I create a boundary and you cross it, or you are still trying to break a boundary or test the boundary, I feel like it's a disrespect level now. Like you don't respect me enough to say, okay, this is not what she wants. Let me not push the agenda. And I want to have a conversation around that. Do you men feel as though that is a disrespect? Now, if you say men, and it can be, it doesn't matter. It can be, y'all can be for the Lord and what may have you. But for men specifically, when you guys are doing, or when you guys have a particular standard or boundary, but that woman continues to push the agenda, what will you say? Do you feel as though that's a disrespect level? Do you feel as though you have to constantly put that person into place? Do you guys think that's cool for someone to just ignore what you have? Would you let that person go? Would you walk away? Or would you continue to talk to that person, even though it's kind of like not what they, y'all not on the same path, but you would still talk to this person? What would y'all do in that situation? Secondly, and do you guys consider that disrespect if that woman does not understand where you're coming from, or she continues to push that boundary? Okay. And another thing, another question to ask the men. When a woman creates a boundary, why do you guys feel the need to test it? I just want to know. And this is coming from, I'm not bashing anyone. This ain't, I need for you to hear, not with your physical ears, but with your spiritual ears. Hear me and hear me good, okay? Hear me good. I want to know why, in particularly, when a woman sets a boundary or a standard, why do men want to test it? It's almost like that y'all got to see a way. Is there? I know what she said, but let me see. It's a window open somewhere. Okay, it's a little opening I can wiggle through. Why do you guys, or men? Not all men do this, but why do men answer that question? Why do you feel as though you need to test the boundary? Why? Because to me, if I already have established a boundary with you, don't test it. And if you are testing it, I feel like that's a disrespect level, or I feel like you just automatically are dismissing what I need for myself. And to me, I can't deal with that. If you're going to be dismissive of what I put in place, you can't be around me. That's just me. So with that being stated, that's the next question is for men and women. Would you guys consider being friends first? Even if that person you may like someone and that person may say, hey, I want to be friends first. would you stick around and be friends with them? Would you compromise? Would you understand where they're coming from? Or would you just say, hey, that's not what I want. Let me go and find someone, or allow someone that is the same in the same column as me come together? Or are you willing to test the boundaries? Men and women alike, what would you do in that scenario as well? I feel like that's all the questions I have. But I want to know without fighting, because I need for everybody to not fight, okay? It's too many of us pointing at each other like we the Spider-Man meme, okay? They're like, you did this, you did that. No, I want like healthy conversations, because I want everyone to have a sense of community and to understand where one is coming from. Even if you have to agree to disagree, which is cool, I want those answers in the comment section down below, okay? What can men and women be friends? If so, what has to be put in place? You know, and if you are catching feelings for your friend, what do you do? All right, would you stick around? Will you tell them? And if they say, well, I am feeling the same way, let's try it. Or if they don't feel the same way you feel, what would you do? What would you do? And I wanted to ask that question, can men and women be friends? I think it's possible, but I think both sides of both men and women have to have a compromising spirit. They have to understand, okay, this is not what the person wants. Am I willing to stay around? Not in hopes that they will change, but in hopes that, am I willing to be a friend, to actually try something different, or do I just strictly want it my way and my way only? Yeah. That's all the questions I have. I just want to make this video because I genuinely want to know. I want to know from the man's perspective as well. Like, men don't, hey, come on in the room. Come on in the room. Okay. I'm not really trying to steal from Miss Tab. I don't want to steal from Miss Tab, but I want people to come in the chat, come in the video. Do not hesitate. Okay. All right, y'all. That's all I have for you guys today. I just want to have those questions, and I want some answers. Okay. I want some answers. I want people to understand one another, and I want each other to, both men and women, to come together and actually have sensible conversation without tearing each other down. Let's build each other up. That's what we're supposed to do. And that's what we're put on this earth to do is build each other up, not tear each other down. We are more than where we have been. And we have to let go, of our past as well. And we have to move forward towards healing. So I feel like this is the start of healing. This is the start of, this video here. And I pray that God pushes it the way that it needs to be pushed, and let him receive the glory on it. This is not me. It's all him. So, all right, y'all, that's all I have for you guys today. I thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I love y'all. And I thank y'all for everything. Thank y'all for tuning in and watching. And I will see you guys next time. And until next time, y'all stay safe and please stay blessed. Peace.